All right, so we are somewhere in the Bo Kenema area. I'm not going to tell you where we are or what we're next to, but there is a giant plot of land, about 5 acres that we're looking at. So we're about to walk there now. So this area here is like we have one major business on one side, we have another major business on the other side, and they're all building and developing. The Chinese people own this land. They bought a bunch of this land, tons of lands. They bought 50 acres. So they bought 50 acres to develop a solar factory, solar farm. This is all virgin land, and now part of it is mine. On there, that's all the 5 acres that we have. So all that land is the land. Boom! What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Joannis or Joe Hatago. I'm a Sierra Leonean American living here in Freetown, Sierra Leone. And if you want to know what the 5 acres of land that I just purchased looks like, then this is the video for you. Okay, cool. So today we're going to look at the 5 acres of land that I just purchased here outside of Bo and Kenema area of Sierra Leone. It's a little over 3.5 to 4 hours outside of Freetown. It is a growing and developing area. It's one of the other major metropolitans outside of the capital city. There are hotels and solar farms and all kinds of things being built there. And I had the opportunity to purchase this land. And if you guys are looking to buy land, I can also help you guys find land. One of the companies that bought land bought 50 acres of land near me. Another company bought another couple of acres. I got 5 acres. And so we're gonna take you to that place now. So let's go. Okay, cool. So first things first, I'm gonna walk you through the terrain to get to the land. Where we are is a little bit off one of the main highways there. And so you gotta walk through another piece of land to get to our land. So it's a little bit of a walk. All of it is gonna be cleared and there's gonna be a road there. So it'll take about 2 minutes by road to get there, but we had to walk through some treacherous terrain to get there. So you'll get a chance to see that, but I'm gonna take you there firsthand. So check it out.
Oh, so.
All right, guys, so we are here at the site. We're about to do a quick tour of the site. I haven't been here yet, so this is the first time for me. So let's go. All right, so we are somewhere in the Bo Kenema area. I'm not gonna tell you where we are or what we're next to, but there is a giant plot of land, about 5 acres that we're looking at. So we're about to walk there now. We're in a bit of a rush because it's a Monday and I have to get back to Freetown and go live tonight. And I still have a tour of an Airbnb that I need to do. So let's just go. Come. Okay, so you can't really see me. You're seeing the back of me right now, but what I'm being told is our neighbors are gonna clear this land right here when the rainy season's over. So we'll be able to drive through here to get to my property. Right now, the terrain is a little tough. We have to walk through high brush. Like I have high socks on, I have pants on, because for someone like me, who's a foreigner and who's a stranger here, you know, you have to protect your legs. You know, this guy ahead of us, you see he has boots on. He has like rain boots and pants on. Full boy. The guy holding the camera is crazy, wearing shorts. But me, you see the pants. But the terrain is pretty rough. So, and you got to move through here with speed. So, you know, no snakes or whatever else is in here gets to you. But it's a little bit of a walk, as you can see. This is my first time here, so I'm not used to this walk. So I'm finding out what it's like to get here. It's a little bit of a walk from one of the main streets, but basically it was a steal in terms of the price and really just the amount of land that we were able to get. So, you know, this is like one of those areas where people can't see the potential in it this early, but within the next 5 to 10 years, this is something that, you know, you can sell for 20x, 30x. You know, there's areas of Ghana where it was like this and now it's fully developed. I feel like this area outside the capital city is prime for that. So this area here is like we have one major business on one side, we have another major business on the other side, and they're all building and developing. So we benefit from the development that they do. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So as they were saying, the Chinese people own this land. They bought a bunch of this land, tons of lands. They bought 50 acres. So they bought 50 acres to develop a solar factory, solar farm. And so we benefit from being next to that because all the development that they've done and the energy they will have on our land, and that'll increase the property value of our land once they develop and build all of this out. So we're lucky enough to be able to benefit from that. And so, yeah, that's what you want. That's the ideal scenario. You buy next to someone who's doing some development work, so you can just benefit from the work they're doing and you don't have to do all the work yourself. We're still gonna have to clear our own land, but at least when we clear our land, that'll give us stuff next to us that we can take advantage of. All right, you can. So what's it call them? I know, Sabi. It's sweet?
It's sweet, with my one for me.
So this is some kind of fruit. Oh, it looks kind of like a tangerine or something. Okay, sure. Okay.
A native fruit, please.
It's a native fruit. The seed is in the middle, so you just eat around the seed. And no bad. Okay, where we are now is we're at the next door to our land. So there was a little bit of a walk. They have 50 acres that they own. So the solar company owns a bunch of land over there, and then they own to right here, and then someone else owns right here. So we're the land right after this. So there's basically two pieces of land from the main street that gets to us. So right now we're walking over to the land. As you can see, it's all barren land, had trees, anthills. This is all virgin land. And now part of it is mine. All right, let me go. Okay, cool. So that was the walk to the land. So you got an idea of what it looks like to walk through the terrain to get to the land. So that was that. On to the next. All right, next I'm going to take you to the actual property itself. So we're going to do a walk around the land. We're going to get descriptions of the land. I came with 3 folks. Actually, I came with 4 folks. So you have my caretaker on my property in Freetown. He was there with us because he was the driver. We also had the person who found the land. He's a family friend. He's known us for a while. He's been scouting land for us, and I can help you guys find land through him. So if you're looking to buy land in Bo, you can definitely do it. I also had the person who is gonna help just be a caretaker on the land there locally, because my caretaker on the land in Freetown can't be the caretaker all the way in the provinces, right? So we have a local caretaker that's gonna be there. And then there's a guy who actually is like overseeing the whole giant property. So all the 50 acres of land plus the other acres plus the 5 acres, this whole area is kind of being guarded by one person. And there's kind of a gate and a fence before you can even get into this land. And that person is also gonna be here. So we're gonna get explanations and descriptions of the size of the land, what it covers, where it is. They're gonna give us all of that, what we can grow. So we're gonna get into all of that next, so check it out. So this stick now.
Yes, from down.
From that one.
From down. From down this one, they down.
Yeah.
Take her off you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, this stick now, this one. Okay.
take to that bush. I think all the one for Tinapide.
Okay.
No, all the car for copy the baking, the survey the carry survey back.
Yeah.
They show you the baking points in.
So by now you go able waka. We go able waka.
Yeah.
Let's see. Come.
Okay, so what he just said is when the surveyor comes, he's gonna put beacons down. Okay, so if you put 20, what's in it demarcates each group.
By
you understand?
acres.
By acre. Now so okay.
Right, so they'll divide middle back.
Okay.
So if anybody tin up, they go
Yeah.
know say yes, here, now somebody get here.
5 acre there, now 2 acre there, now this there.
Somebody
Okay.
go know say yes, nobody will buy here.
Okay. Okay.
When push your short baking,
Yeah.
once you go kitchen pull up.
So you get for pull tall beacon.
Big one.
Yeah. Okay, so we're putting tall beacons up. They're gonna be 20 or so to demarcate the entire property, right? So it's about 5 acres. So each acre will have its own set of 4 beacons. That's why there'll be 20, because there'll be 4 for for each of the 5 plots of land. 5 times 4 is 20. So there'll be 20. And then he also mentioned they're going to be tall. Like, so these are anthills right here. So these all have to be taken down. The anthills, they're large, they're big, and they're full of ants, or maybe not even ants. This might be termites, whatever this is. They have to tear this down and then make the land flat eventually. But maybe this could be land for farming, or at least it's going to be an investment property. So at some point we can either sell pieces of the land, whatever we decide we want to do, we can. But we have basically 5 acres here. All right. Yeah, from Obayanda. Okay, take to the bush. Okay, so from where we first came, all the way down to this bush over here, this bush here, all the way down around to, you can't even see, go that way. Remember, Fodunande. So all the way down there, basically almost as far as you can see, the bush down there, that's all the 5 acres that we have. So all that land is the land. So it's from basically anywhere where there's high brush, because they've basically chopped down a bunch of trees here so that so you could see the demarcation of the space. So the high brush up there, that's where the land ends. The high brush over there is where the land ends. The high brush down there is where the land ends. And then we can come up and you can see another one over here. But anyway, we're gonna at least walk to the end of the, near where the 5 acres is, so we can see what the furthest end looks like. Okay, cut on. So you go say on a Creole, I go talk on English.
When you get more money, you go buy a extend, because this area they not buy it.
Okay.
Like one woman, I don't want to show name now. They get some acres, they buy a far back. Right now, turned in at that place.
Yeah.
It's not expensive, more and more now.
So what he's saying?
After 5 years,
yeah,
the place they develop more. So like you want to sell and they get more money.
Yeah.
So by now, when they buy it, it's cheaper.
Yeah. So what he's saying, and I think you could probably understand basically what he said was, first, he mentioned that when I have more money, I should extend out as much as possible, because over time the land will be worth a lot more and then we can sell it. And what he's saying is, as an example, is we know someone who bought some land, and the land that she bought is now well worth more than what she bought it for. Who's time even buy the land?
2020.
2020, so 3 years ago, and it's probably tripled, quadrupled in price and value. So the same thing will happen here. This is, how far are they from we?
Yeah, not virgin.
Now virgin, yeah, it's virgin ground, right? So it hasn't ever been built on. How far the other side from you?
The first small.
Like almost.
Yeah, about 2 miles.
Okay, 2 miles away, but 2 miles away is not that far. And so we know that we are in a very up and coming area. And so where we are now is going to be worth a whole lot more. So we just happen to get it early and at the right time. And that's the thing about Africa, is that it's always expanding. Every city is getting bigger. And if you're near a major city, you want to buy land right outside the major city, because it's going to be more affordable. And over time, you'll be able to get more bang for your buck, because the cities get densely populated and people start moving to right outside the city. You see how? Okay. So what you to say?
So from Yanda, we got the 4 acre.
Yeah.
4 acre now, from that to this area.
Okay.
Then from this area now, till to that bobok, that white bobok.
Yeah.
The 5 acre at the end.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Or we can go, you see is believing.
Yeah.
So may I take
Let's
to
go
go to
there.
a 5 acre?
Yeah. So
Go
from yeah, and then Usa. So from where we came to where we are, that's the start, and then this is the end.
Yeah.
Okay. So the property is more like a rectangle, right? So it's longer this way. We went this way, the width of it. Now we're going some way, the length of it. All right, so this is Mr. Kamara. He's the one who found the land. What's your name?
Mohammed Masakwe.
So Mohammed Masakwe is the caretaker of the land. Mr. Kamara is the guy who found the land. And Muhammad Lamin is the supervisor of the land, who you may have seen earlier, who's talking in the back here. So this is the supervisor of the land. So these three, this is the trio that helped make this possible. But what team you want to say? You want to tell me something for over here?
Say, if
The way the stop.
the sign Yanda stop
Okay,
down there to that bush.
okay.
That bush. Not to this, not down.
Down there. So down there is where the land stops again.
Yeah, I'm up.
So-
Go up. You see the sticks there?
Yeah.
It go up straight.
So basically where it looks like forest, that's where the other end of it is. So where the higher bushes over there, because they don't clear this land, not so.
Yes.
So you can see where the land is based on what they've cleared already. So like this all used to look like that over there. So they've had to cut some of these down so that we can see what our area of our land is the land. So that's why you can see here like this versus there it's really high up and over there it's really high up. That's the edges of the property.
This is flat boy behind the camera.
Oh yeah, and Fulla Boy is holding the camera. He wants to, hold on. That's Fulla Boy right there. It's himself doing that. Yeah.
Yes, guys.
So that's Fulla Boy. Fulla Boy, the guy who's been holding the camera. He's the cameraman.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, Naeem. All right, cool. So that was a little bit of the explanation of the land, where we're gonna have to create beacons, you know, where the delineations of the land is. So yeah, what's our land, what's not our land. You'll get a chance, you got a chance to see all of that. On to the next. Okay, next we'll get into the specifics of what you can plant and actually grow on the land. I think it's important to know what you can do with this land if you buy it. If you're not ready to build on it, you're not ready to move to this particular area, you can actually use it for farming. And it can be local cash crops, right? It doesn't need to be like a giant farm or anything. Like I'm gonna grow a couple of different things there and you're gonna get a chance to see what we're gonna be growing. We're gonna talk about that now, so check it out. So you say waiting? They're growing fine for this not cassava? Okay, so this is fertile land to grow cassava. So cassava leaves is a very popular plant in Sierra Leone. This is something that we eat a lot. It kind of looks like a cannabis leaf, but these are cassava leaves. And so these can be grown and eaten. And so it's already growing on land. So that means that we can actually farm this land. So while we wait over the next 5-10 years to decide what we want to do with it, or even if we want to build on it, we still have plenty of extra land to farm on. And farming is huge here. We can grow our own food. We can grow food to sell. There's so many things that we can do. So what Fulla Boy just reminded me of is the idea of planting gari. Gari is one of our other main meals, or main plants that we can use, and that can be used for all kinds of things. So we can build basically a whole plantation here and still have land left over to do other things. It's big enough that we could do that. So right now we're just kind of casing out the land. It's my first time seeing it, so I'm just getting a view of everything. But yeah, we have plenty of stuff that we could potentially do, and we'll talk more about that as time goes on.
From the end, the starting to here, onto that bush again.
Yeah.
That's the acre end.
Okay, the 5 acres. Yeah.
That is swamp, they give you the swamp.
The swamp, if you want to walk.
Yeah. We can walk inside the swamp.
I'm not going to walk up on that swamp.
No, not to walk. If you want to do agriculture.
Oh, okay. For what you can plant inside the swamp. Rice can grow by yonder. Okay, so what are you saying? You record? Okay, so what he's saying is there's a swamp down here. The swampland here actually is where rice can grow. So, you know, rice is a staple agriculture source for us here in Sierra Leone. So we had cassava leaves you've already seen. We have land here that we can grow rice. So we can grow the one thing you eat underneath the stew that you make the cassava leaves with. You have the rice here too. So we could actually grow both. So you can eat your whole meal based on what we can grow here. And we can even grow peanuts here. So granat soup, which is also a big staple here in Sierra Leone. So we can also make granat soup. You have the rice. We can make cassava leaf. You have the rice. Those are two of my favorite Sierra Leonean foods, and we can grow both here on land. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now 1 town lot.
70 for a town lot.
Okay, so 60 by 70, now 1 town lot. Okay, and so 10 town lots is an acre.
Yeah.
So 60 by 70 times 10, that equals 1 acre. And this now 5 acres we don't watch. Okay.
The street, 25 feet for the street. You get all streets in the middle. We get street middle, we get street middle.
Streets where?
Yeah.
Look, here to here now,
This
25.
from here.
Okay.
From this street to that street. This is straight, going straight up.
Okay, so that would be the street here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All the streets, see the middle back, go down.
Okay, so it goes straight up, the middle back, it'll go down. Okay.
Go to the right up, any side it makes street.
Right, so we can go this way and then this way.
So
Okay.
the place develop,
Yeah.
no difficulty, no.
Okay.
This, you know, they inside, out of your land.
Yeah.
They know they include that, they say they include that inside your land.
Okay.
You don't understand it.
But we go able to grow rice now, huh?
Eh? This trip, they don't live.
No, not this trip, next time.
Okay, yes.
Well, not to this trip or are they Air Force? You know, say are they Freetown. So When you say this trip, this not so like when I've been there Ghana. Are they
Down this area.
yeah.
Call it Bolila.
Okay.
You plant from here.
So plantain, cucumber,
Yeah.
banana,
Okay.
pineapple,
Okay.
granite,
Fine.
cassava leaves. Okay. Okay, so what he was saying was we can plant all of these things that we just mentioned. We can plant all of those, but we would plant those, only those, and not potatoes, because potatoes requires a person to actually man and watch it. And it's hard to find workers out here in this region, and you can't like import people to bring them out here. And so unless you want to do that, and you have to figure out who you're going to have do that. So in the meantime, the best thing to do is just grow whatever grows by itself, and then you just come pick it instead of having someone who has to be there to water it all the time, stuff that can just grow on its own. So you guys saw the cassava leaves just growing on its own, just there. So that's the same thing that we're gonna be able to do, is we're gonna just do more of that. Cassava leaves, we'll do more peanuts, we'll do all the other fruits and vegetables that we mentioned that doesn't require too much on-site watching of the growth. All right, so you got a chance to see what we're gonna be planting, right? So we're gonna be planting cassava leaves, we're gonna be planting peanuts, we're gonna be planting rice, all of that. So definitely I can have at least 3 meals, or at least 2 meals based on the food that can be grown here. And that can be grown without the use of other people, which is really important because it's hard to find workers in that area, as they said in the video. So I'm gonna be able to grow this stuff there without even being nearby. And that's great. And so I can just go and harvest it, bring it to Freetown if I want, or sell it locally. All of that can be done because I have people locally in that Bow Kenema area that can sell stuff for me. So that was all of the stuff that we can plant. On to the next. All right, so next you are going to see the difference between what it looked like before they had to kind of cut everything down and after. So you'll get a before and after, so you can kind of get an understanding of what land looks like now versus what it would have looked like before they had to cut everything down. So we've already cut down a large portion of the trees and the shrubbery that's grown there. I'm gonna also be regrowing different trees and things on the property just to ensure that I'm not completely destroying the ecosystem, right? Because as you guys know, if you know me, you know I'm eco-friendly. So we have to actually plant more trees. We're gonna plant cash crops. We're gonna ensure that we're actually generating, you know, oxygen from this land. But I just wanted to make sure that we delineated the land first by cutting everything down, and then of course we will then move on to being able to like actually plant on the land. So that's that. On to the next. Okay, so they use machetes actually to cut all this down. So this is all human labor to go through and cut all these sticks that you've seen has all been done by hand with machete. 5 acres of land. All right, guys, so we're walking out of the land right now, but I wanted to show you the difference between what it used to look like and what it looks like now. So what you see behind us is actually what the land looked like before they cut down all the trees and stuff to make it inhabitable. So you can see here, all behind us is what it used to look like. And now when you get over here, this is what it looks like now. So it's obviously a staunch difference. So unfortunately, you do have to do some deforestation. My plan is to replant as much as possible, as I mentioned before, and do agriculture here. So we're not just wasting trees, right? Because you know I'm a tree hugger. I love my trees. So we did have to cut down a lot of trees, but we will be replanting and building and farming here in order to make up for all the trees that we cut down. But you have to cut these trees down to be able to demarcate your land. All right, and lastly, we are gonna just walk out. You're gonna see as we're walking out, you'll get a chance to walk with me as we're walking out and kind of see what the treacherous landscape looks like as you walk out. And then we take some of the local fruit there, you'll get a chance to see that as well. That's just growing there just by growing, right? It's just naturally growing in its habitat, which I'll have access to. It's actually pretty sweet fruit. I can't remember the name, but you'll hear it here. So check it out. Just watch Usaida Waka. Okay, to film? All right, so this walk is very, very crazy and difficult to get through. So eventually there'll be roads here. But as you can see, this is the brush, right? This is like a man-made path where you kind of have to step through stuff. Next time I come back, I'm definitely going to have my own Timberland boots or like rain boots. But like you need the kind of boots that you would wear to go through tough terrain like this. I have sneakers on, these bird sneakers, which are old, so I don't mind messing them up. The problem is they're not made for hiking. You need hiking boots. So much so that I have my knee sleeves on, I have compression socks and everything to ensure that as I walk through here, I don't re-injure myself, because it is some pretty treacherous terrain, but the terrain will be all cleared after the rainy season. So this right here is where all the solar farms are gonna go from the Chinese. And so this land is all gonna be clear and it'll be easy to walk in and out.
Wait there.
Okay, so we're here. So we're picking some fruit now.
Marumbu.
Marumbu.
In Creole, my rumbu.
Creole.
This you have to go with it.
Okay, I go with him.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
Yes, I don't have to go on the motor.
okay.
Fresh. These are the time. Rain don't come.
Yeah.
Okay, it's enough.
Remember this, they can sell them.
Yeah.
Almost, sell on for almost.
Well, I don't know, they can sell to them.
Like
Maybe
this
they can
for-
buy and put it inside trade, they pass fast with and also flour boy.
One for
Okay, so left one, because I want to talk. Sell it, and they usually sell almost.
one deal.
Okay, so each one is 1 leon.
For each one.
So basically that's like 10 cents, less than 10 cents for each one. But they sell them, so we already have it on the land. All right, so we're walking through the terrain. I'm now holding the camera. So what you're seeing now is what it actually looks like to walk through here. The ground is really, really, really tough terrain, but it was a man-made path here so they could walk through using a machete. So you can walk through here. You don't want to walk through here with shorts, even though Full Out Boy's crazy ass is walking through with shorts. Look at him. So me, I got long pants on, compression socks, knee sleeves, the whole thing. It's like I'm going for a workout because I was ready. Yeah, Full Out Boy says he has Africa blood, so he's not worried. But me, I worry. So I wear compression socks and whatnot. Came out here with an old t-shirt. You see the mic? It has been aggressive today. It's been an aggressive day. But we're just getting started because we're gonna do an Airbnb tour after this. But yeah, so that's the land, that was the site, that's the property. What'd you guys think of it? So it's a long walk. It's a treacherous walk, but we've gotten through here. We're getting out of here. There's lots of ants, termites, frogs, all kinds of things in here. This land has not been developed, but it's about to be. The Chinese, they bought a bunch of land here and they're building a solar farm, which is what they do around these parts. So yeah, what a walk. It's kind of a little bit of a workout though too. So now I just need to change my shirt and take a shower. But yeah, so that's the situation. All right. So that's everything for now, guys. That's the land. You've now seen it. Now, on to the next. Okay, cool. So that was the fruit and the walk out. On to the next. All right, so that is that. That's the land. 5 acres of land that I now own in the Bo-Kenema area. If you guys are looking to buy land, you're interested in buying land at all, definitely reach out to me. My information is in the description below. Yeah, send me an email. You can DM me on Instagram. If you're looking to buy land, it's actually really, really reasonable. So we bought acres of land, 5 acres of land. So a little over 1,000 an acre. And so you just really can't get that much land for that price anywhere. So it's, like I said, it's a developing area. People who have bought land, we talked about it on the video, people who have bought land previously have seen the value of their land grow exponentially in the last 4 years. So you can imagine in the next 15 years as Bo expands and becomes a more densely populated city and more of the people who come to Sierra Leone actually decide to settle in Bo as opposed to Freetown, you'll have all that land that you can sell pieces of it, or you can keep it and pass it on to future generations for generational wealth. So I definitely recommend buying land. This is not a pitch to buy land. You could do it if you decide to. If not, that's fine too. You don't have to buy land through me. You could do it however you want to, but I'm just making sure that you guys know that it's available for you. So if you found this interesting, hit that thumbs up. If there's anything else you'd like to see, next time I go back, I'm gonna do drone footage. So let me know if you'd like to see me do drone footage so you can get an overhead view of the land. I'm definitely gonna do that the next time I go back. And if you have any questions or anything, put them in the comments below. If you know anybody looking to repatriate to Sierra Leone. If you know anybody who's looking to buy land in Sierra Leone, make sure you pass this on to them. Go ahead and share this video with them so that they know what it can be like to buy land and what is available to them if they're interested. With that, guys, thanks for watching. As always, see you all in the next video. All right, guys, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like, comment, and share it with your friends. All right, see you on the next video.